Welcome to day 20 of Sparks in the Darkness as we begin to wind down this difficult period in our calendar. I want to share a few stories over the next few days, and today we'll share a story about the Bluzheva Rebbe, Rabbi Yisrael Spira of blessed memory. They tell the story about him that during the war, during the Holocaust in Bergen-Belsen, it was Erev Chanukah, and as fun for the Nazi troops, Yimach Shemam, they decided to randomly just start taking Jews out of the barracks and shooting them, piling them up on top of one another, dead body after dead body, a horribly graphic scene, cannot imagine. But it was indeed Hanukkah that was upon them, and they somehow had it within them this desire to light the Hanukkah candles in honor of the miracles that took place for the Jewish people thousands of years prior. But of course, there was no oil, there were no menorahs, there were no candles, no wicks, but they had a wooden clog and they had a thread that was taken from one of their garments that they had on. And they had shoe polish that they managed to utilize as a fuel. So they filled up the clog, they put the little makeshift wick in, they take the shoe polish, and they begin to think about who is going to light the candles. And of course, they turn to the Rebbe, the Bluzheva Rebbe, and they say, Rebbe, would you do us the honor of lighting the Hanukkah candles this year? Of course, he said, absolutely. And he begins to make the brachas for lighting the menorah. The first bracha, the Hadlik Ner Shel Chanukah, you can imagine the silence, the feeling of reverence, and the sadness, but also mixed with happiness in the room at that point. Then they say the bracha of Sha'asanisim Lavotenu Bayimim Haim Bazman Hazeh, thanking Hashem for the miracles that He did for our forefathers in those days. And then finally he gets to the last bracha, that of Shehechianu, that you would recite for the first night of Hanukkah. Shehechianu literally means that Hashem has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this occasion, this time. Can you make a bracha like that in the barracks of Bergen-Belsen? He turns and he looks at all the people who are standing there silently, waiting with bated breath for the Hanukkah candle to be lit. And with tears in his eyes, he begins saying the bracha of Shehechianu, V'kiyimanu, V'higiyanu, Lazman Hazeh. After he lights the menorah, one of the secular Jews who was there, just like the religious Jews, of course, the Nazis didn't care. The name is Mr. Zamiachowski. He comes over to the Bluzheva Rebbe and he says, listen, I know that you're a good, decent, honest man. I know that although I don't agree with your way of life, that you clearly are just a good person. But I have to ask you, how could you have the chutzpah to say the bracha of Shehechianu, that Hashem has sustained us and kept us alive? How can you make that bracha in the status and the situation that we are in? And the Bluzheva Rebbe turns to him and he said, you're completely correct. As I got up to that bracha, I thought to myself, how can we make a bracha like this? But then I saw all of the men, all of the people standing around me, who were so intent on fulfilling this mitzvah in this disgusting place that we find ourselves in. Despite the horrors that we've experiencing, they just want to fulfill the mitzvah of lighting the Hanukkah candles. They just want to be able to say the blessings, recalling and remembering the miracles that God has done for us over the millennia. And so, yes, even though we are in the most despicable of situations, even though we're all broken down and distraught, if you could have a group of Jews get together to excitedly light the menorah in this scenario, then indeed we do have to say, Shehechianu, V'kiyimanu, V'higiyanu, Lazman Hazeh. Thank you, Hashem, for giving us the strength to get to where we are. Despite the atrocities that we've experienced, we've continued to flourish, and God willing, we will continue to survive beyond these incredibly dark moments. Unbelievably, we recognize that this time that we find ourselves in is meant to represent the darkest time on the calendar. But somehow we keep coming back, we keep fighting, we keep demonstrating just how strong we are We've experienced so much as a people, so much darkness as a nation, but still we can proudly say Shehechiyanu v'kiyimanu v'higiyanu lezman hazeh. As we wind down to the climactic dark moments of this time, let us at the same time take in our hearts the inspiration to realize that we've been at this for so long, and we keep coming out not just surviving, but stronger than we were before. Hashem should give us the strength to tap in to the strength of so many of these heroes of our past, and God willing, in so doing, we'll be able to come out just a little bit stronger for it as we conclude these dark days. Wishing everyone a beautiful day.